Country artist Chase Rice joins us here today on Primetime Local News. Chase, we're talking today about your new album called The Album, which is divided up into 3 different parts. So talk about what fans can expect from this new record.
It's I just wanted it to be each song have its own time to shine. You know, people aren't listening for the most part. People aren't listening to 25, 30 songs on, or even people aren't, for the most part, people don't listen to 13 songs in a row like they used to. They're shuffling songs. They're listen to whatever's on playlists. So I wanted each song to have its time. So that's why I put 7 on the first, 4 on the second, 4 on the third. And the third is going to be the completion. You know, it starts with a song called The Nights that I love. It's personal. It's real. Then it has a song called Bedroom, which is just about tour. And I wrote that one actually tour and coming home. I wrote that one during quarantine. And then it has If I Didn't Have You, which I wrote 3 years ago at hunting camp in Oklahoma. And then it finalizes the whole album. It brings it all together as the album with Drinking Beer, Talking God, Amen. So we're ending it with a big hit. And we've got a lot of songs that people really love on it that were never on the radio. Songs like, you know, Forever to Go. That's a huge, you know, popular song on this record that never got played on radio. So it's all over the place. It's got a lot of different sounds, but the album part 3 is finally closing that chapter.
When I was doing some reading on you, you were on the show Survivor and you were runner up for that. You had lots of different jobs. You just overall had a pretty wild journey to get to where you are in your career. Share with us your journey for those that may be getting to know you for the first time.
I mean, it was a crazy ride that I've had the last 11 years, I guess now, but it was college football. Then I went from college football to NASCAR to work in pit crew. And then during pit crew, I got a call to be on Survivor, went and did that. And the reason I did that was it was an easy way for me to get out of the NASCAR job because it was an amazing job. But that was when I was writing songs. I really wanted to move to Nashville and be a songwriter and do it seriously and hone in on that craft and become good at it and then hopefully become great at it. And Survivor was that segue. It was perfect. And I went on as a NASCAR guy because I didn't want to be that guy that goes on TV as a country music singer when you're not, first of all, not a country music singer. I hadn't earned that right yet. And so I went on as a NASCAR guy and didn't really talk about it much because I just wanted that to be the opportunity that got me enough money and got me out of my old job to move into Nashville. So it was a cool experience. Once in a lifetime for me. They've asked me back twice. So I was like, no, I'm focused on music. That's what I want to do. And so that was a perfect way for me to get into Nashville.
Talking with other artists, you know, they seem to be on a writing spree when it comes to all the downtime they've got from the pandemic. So what's something that you took away about not only your music, but also about yourself during that time?
Yeah, I took the time off first. I took, 8 months off to live life. I wanted to, and I didn't know that I needed that, but I took time off, met, became friends with a lot of other people, had a crew that we hung out with, became friends with families. We'd have family dinners, we'd have fires, we'd have parties. So I took the time to finally be home, live life. And what I realized from that was that turned into me finally have something to write about, as opposed to just trying to write a song. I'm over trying to write songs and just trying to do whatever's popular. I want to write the songs of my life that shows my life and how I live it. And that's the start of that is this record, part 3. And that's really the beginning of that new way of me writing songs now. But really, Drinking Beer, Talking God, Amen was the beginning of, and part 3 is the beginning of this new chapter of the way I'm writing songs. So it's going to go from that into, which is huge. We're going to end the album with a massive moment. And then that's going to segue right into the songs that I really lived in Tennessee. I finally lived these songs. I finally lived them at home, and just wrote about it. I got a dog now. There's going to be a song about a dog on my next record. There's going to be songs about life. There's going to be songs about real moments that I've had. So I'm excited to close the album as a chapter, close it strong with part 3. And then that's going to be a perfect segue into whatever's coming next.
Now, of course, you are going out on the road with Kane Brown on his NBA Arena tour. So talk about the excitement to go out and do live shows again.
Yeah, it couldn't be more perfect timing because we're going to be allowed to have the time during the end of 2021 to have our headlining tour in the fall. And by the time we get to Kane in January, we'll be rolling. It's our show will be dialed in. We'll be dialed in as a band. and then we'll start with Kane in front of 20,000+ people a night. We get to play the Garden up in Boston. We get to play Madison Square Garden in New York City, like some legendary places with a lot of history. So I'm glad Kane asked me to do it. We've known each other a long time, and I have no doubt it's gonna be one of the coolest moments of my entire career so far.
Chase, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. Chase's new album called The Album is out now on all major music platforms to have a listen or to purchase. Chase, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Connor.